What's going on, guys? Cecil here. Welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm ranking Harry Potter movies from worst to best. But yeah, keep in mind that this is my personal opinion, so don't take it too personally. And yeah, let's just get right to it. Number 8. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Before I explain why I don't like this movie, I just want to say something. This is not an undershirt. This is a regular shirt, okay? This white thing right there is a regular shirt. I'm just cold. It's November. It's actually almost December. Anyways, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix actually has some adaptation issues. Its book was the longest book in the series, but the movie is one of the shortest movies. That alone says a lot about the movie, to be honest. Even though this movie introduced us to Luna Lovegood, one of the best characters in the series in my opinion, that still doesn't change the fact that there are a lot of significant subplots and character moments that were cut or condensed from the books into the movie. There were a lot of details in the books, like the Quidditch and, St. Mungo's hospital scenes, the exploration of Harry's grief and anger. Generally speaking, this movie didn't do justice to the book and, the depth of the source material. So like I said, the movie does feel rushed compared to the book, like there was more background on the Order itself. The St. Mungo's hospital scenes with Neville's parents was also cut from the movie. The full story of Snape's worst memory, which was the Marauder's backstory, yes, it was included in the movie, but, barely. Also, Dolores Umbridge. Number 7. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This movie actually has some pacing issues. It's the longest Harry Potter movie, it's 161 minutes, but it actually feels so dragged, especially with all the build up to the uncovering of the Chamber of Secrets. The movie also is extremely repetitive, like it has basically the same pattern, attacks and then discussions and then clues and then repeat. Another person or animal or whatever is attacked. They are discussing and they are seeing the clues and then repeat and over again. So it's so predictable. Another thing about this movie is that it's supposed to be dark, but it's not. It has this whimsical tone, at times it feels kind of funky like the first movie, even though it's not supposed to. It has a sinister plot. Also, Tom Riddle is the most boring villain imaginable. Like, I know that he is Voldemort, but seriously, look at him. Does this look like a villain to you? He doesn't even look like a bully. He's the one that gets bullied in high school. Come on. The movie also suffers from lack of innovation, following the magical introduction of Sorcerer's Stone. Chamber of Secrets doesn't add as much new to the wizarding world. To me, it felt like a repeat formula just with a different mystery. I also hated Hermione's absence in this movie. For much of the movie, Hermione was sidelined because of her petrification, and that actually deprived the trio of her usual dynamic, and it left Harry and Ron to handle most of the mystery on their own. The movie also has one of the most predictable endings imaginable. Whether it was Tom Riddle being Voldemort or Ginny's possession, all these were very, very predictable. Also, Lockhart. Number 6. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. First of all, I really love this movie and I enjoy watching it, so don't get me wrong. Not because I place it low in the ranking doesn't mean I hate it. Actually, I believe all Harry Potter movies are good. It's just that none of them is bad, but you have to put the rankings. Someone has to be 8 and 7 and 6, what I'm saying? The introduction to the magical world in this movie was phenomenal and I enjoyed every piece of it, while Harry Potter was experiencing new things and figuring out that he's a wizard and all the crazy stuff that he could do. What I dislike about this movie though is that it has a simple plot. The story, while engaging, it's actually pretty straightforward and lacks the complexity and the emotional depth of the later films. Also, the movie has a little bit of childish tone. The movie feels like it is too geared towards children with less mature themes or stakes compared to the later films. That's kind of the thing of the first two movies, by the way. They feel so geared into children, unlike the later films that are actually darker and had more serious plots. Also, the CGI in this movie is not the greatest, but considering that this movie was in 2001, that's pretty understandable. Also, Quirrell. Number 5. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. A lot of people criticize this movie heavily, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would rank this movie as their least favorite in their list. I personally think that the movie was good. It has emotional depth and it focuses heavily on the trio's relationships, particularly the strain that's caused by the Horcrux and the challenges of being on the run. Also, there were a lot of good scenes like, Dobby's death and Hermione erasing her parents' memory. However, the movie had some pacing issues. The movie was was slow, and it spent so much time of its runtime on the trio actually camping and searching for the Horcruxes, which I know it was necessary, but it lacks, the action and the momentum of the other films. The ending of the movie was also kind of weird. It was inconclusive, I mean, as the first half of the two-part finale, the film ends abruptly after Doobie's death, which was kind of weird. It felt that the story was unfinished and less satisfying on its own, really. Also, there was minimal Hogwarts in this movie. Like, basically, I sort of missed Hogwarts while I was watching this movie, as most of the story takes place entirely outside the school. Also, there was very limited progression of the main conflict. Like, basically, yes, that the movie develops the characters and everything, but the main narrative, which was destroying the Horcruxes and, defeating Voldemort, felt stalled because, only one Horcrux was destroyed in the entire film. Also, no, I actually like that one. Number 4. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This movie ranks in the middle to me because, it has some strong elements, but also it divides fans. The movie was good for many reasons, and one of these reasons being the exploration of Voldemort's past. This movie delves into Tom Riddle's transformation into Voldemort, and that provided crucial insights into his psyche and motivations. It also has emotional depth into it. This movie captures the escalating danger and the growing emotional complexity of the characters, especially with Dumbledore's mentorship of Harry. What I disliked about the movie though is the underdeveloped subplots. The Half-Blood Prince, which is Snape's titular role, actually feels rushed and sidelined, and that left a lot of fans disappointed because of its lack of depth compared to the books. Or the book, we're talking about one book now. Another problem of it is the lack of action. A lot of fans often critique the omission of the climatic battle at Hogwarts, which was in the books, and the standout moment in it as well. Also, focusing so much on the romance was kind of annoying, to me at least. Maybe it's because I'm single, I don't know. Number 3. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I actually really enjoyed the Triwizard Tournament. It was so thrilling with the dragon fight and the underwater rescue and the maze, always keeping the audience on edge. Also, Voldemort's return was really good. The dramatic rebirth of Voldemort in the graveyard scene is one of the most chilling scenes in the entire series. Also, it was the first time we get to see Ralph Fiennes' performance as Voldemort, which was absolutely incredible. Also, this movie has a darker tone. This film marks a turning point in the series, transitioning it from the whimsical magic of earlier movies into the life-threatening dangers of adulthood. I also kinda like the Yule Ball, like it was a good event. Number 2. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This movie is often criticized, but I think it actually delivers a satisfying conclusion to the series. It ties together the plot lines and provides a powerful emotional payoff. It also had epic battles and high stakes, like the Battle of Hogwarts is a cinematic spectacle. It was filled with intense action, powerful magic and emotional moments. Not moments, confrontations would be the better word for it. It had major showdowns like Harry versus Voldemort battle, and Neville being not the hero that Hogwarts deserves, but the one it needs. It also has an emotional payoff, like the long-running character arcs are actually reaching their conclusion. And there was both joy and heartbreak. Some characters had good endings, others didn't. Snape's death obviously was really emotional. Fred Weasley's death was also heartbreaking. So yeah, you can tell this movie was good. It had a lot of emotional weight, It was amazing. I loved that final movie. Number 1. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is the best movie in the Harry Potter series for many reasons in my opinion. First of all, Alfonso Cuarón's vision. As I said at the beginning of the video, the first two movies had some sort of a whimsical style. Alfonso Cuarón actually brought a darker and more mature tone that marked a departure from these two movies. And the whole series afterwards actually depended on his vision. In this movie he used artistic cinematography and dynamic camera angles and seamless transitions, so yeah, I absolutely loved the style of this director. For an example, the Whomping Willow through the seasons. Also, this movie has deeper character development than any other Harry Potter movie. That trio, Harry, Hermione, and Ron, actually feel more complex as they navigate adolescence. There's something else really unique about Prisoner of Azkaban is that it's the only movie where we got to see Harry, Hermione, and Ron while they are teenagers. Before that they were kids, and after that they suddenly turned into college students. So yeah, this is the only movie in the series where we got to experience them as teenagers, which is kinda sad, but at least we got to experience them in that age once. Also, Harry Potter's father figure, Sirius Black, is one of the most important characters in the series. I mean, he's the godfather of Harry Potter and he is the link to Harry's parents. Also, this movie had the introduction of Remus Lupin, one of the best characters in the entire series in my opinion as well. Both of them, Sirius Black and Remus Lupin, are actually two of my favorite characters of of all time in the series, and they bring emotional depth to the story. Also, there are lots of magical innovations in this movie. For an example, the Time Turner. The Time Turner sequence is a standout moment, and it was masterfully blending the storytelling and the visual effects. Also, this movie had the introduction of the Patronus charm and the Dementors and the Marauders map. All these expanded the magical lore. So generally speaking, this is the best Harry Potter movie in my opinion. It was the perfect Harry Potter movie in my book. Anyways, that's all about ranking the Harry Potter movies from worst to best, and keep in mind this was my opinion. Maybe yours is different, I don't know. And yeah, that's pretty much all. Subscribe for more, and I will see you guys later. Bye.